Hello everybody, Mark Franco here for Bass Dynasty and RipperZ. Today we're going to be talking about 4 different techniques in how to catch bass: Carolina, Texas rigging, drop shotting, and split shotting. First one I'm going to show you guys is Carolina rigging. So let's go ahead, and if you guys can get in here real quick. Basically what we have here, guys, is a bullet weight. See how it's sliding right there? See the way that angle is? We're going to tie that into a swivel, guys, right there. Can you see that swivel? Okay, and then we're going to add some leader to that with a nice little 3/0 worm hook back here. So there's your kind of a Carolina technique is what we got going on here. And I like using a 1/4 ounce weight, and we're going to do a quick rigging for you guys so you guys can see how it all works. Now guys, sometimes I use a bead, sometimes I don't. But when I do use the bead, it's in between the weight and the swivel. And the reason why we use the bead, guys, it's supposed to make it a little softer. So when the weight comes down and hits the knot, it has a tendency to beat that up. But with the plastic bead there, it softens the blow. So both techniques will work great, guys. It just really comes down to a personal choice. Sometimes I like to use it kind of when the weight hits the bead, it kind of goes tick, 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 tick as you're moving it through the water, which simulates a crawfish sound. Okay guys, quick little rigging here, and I'm going to show you something here. This is a technique that it's an old school for me. I haven't done this since I was a little boy. Once again, I'm going to hit a bullseye right on the middle there. Okay, and I'm going to bring it out real fast, tuck it all the way through, bring it up and around, and then I'm going to come back on the outside here, guys, and just kind of stick it in here real good to where it gets kind of weedless. There you go. That is your Carolina rig, guys. And this leader can vary. 6 inches, 12, 18, 24, 36. I've caught big bass on 36-inch leaders, and I've caught big bass on little 5-inch leaders. So it really comes down to a preference for you guys. So just make sure this is the technique. Sliding weight, swivel, leader to a hook, and there's your worm, guys. Okay, let's move along here. We're going to just set this to the side here, guys. Bear with me for a moment. All right, now there comes the worm in the picture. Okay, this is another technique that I like to use, guys. Basically here, this is a Texas rig. That weight is straight to the worm right there. See that, guys? See the way it just kind of comes up? Boom. Texas rig right there, almost a straight line coming off your rod, straight to the hook, straight to a 3/8, 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce bullet weight to a 3/0 hook. Once again, we rigged it just a little bit differently on the other side, and that's going to be your Texas rig, guys. And when you work this, you're basically going to have your tip to the water, dragging the bottom, boom, 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 making that weight kind of go up and let the worm fall. Does that make sense, guys? When that weight goes into the water, it's going to slide and go down just like that, and then you're going to catch up to the weight, and then you're going to bump it right off the bottom. And that's going to be the ticket. All right, guys, there, Texas rigging 101. All right, let's move along here. Here's another. This is one of my favorites as a kid growing up. There was a lake in Whittier Narrows. It used to be called Leg Lake. I don't know if anybody ever heard of that, but that was my babysitter as a kid. My parents would drop me off there and give me a couple of dollars and call me from the payphone when you want to get picked up. So I'd fish there right by the snack bar. You know, I had a couple of good docks there, and this was one of the ways that I learned how to fish as a young boy. 6 8-pound test, tiny little split shot to a 3/0 worm hook, and we got our worm right in there. We showed you how to rig that earlier. Same technique. You're going to bring it through the worm, no more than 1/8 of an inch, turn it around, stick it into the plastic. There's your rig, guys. Texas rig split shot, 6 8-pound test, perfect. Cast it out there, let it hit the bottom, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know it, you'll feel that nibble. You'd have to be dead if you don't feel a bite on this technique, because they really suck it up. They come right up on it. And once again, folks, I talked about all these 3 techniques with product. You want to enhance it with the Bass Dynasty here, guys, okay? Get to the nightcrawler smell here. Get to the garlic smell, one of my favorites. All right? Split shot technique, really great to learn as a little boy here. And as a man, I still use it today. So have fun with it. All right, let's move along here. Here's my next favorite, guys, and I'm going to talk about drop shotting here. This is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, in California, we have a lot of people fishing, and drop shotting seems to work really, really good. So I'm going to talk about this for a little bit. Now, see that right there? You got your weight on the bottom, you got your hook up there. If you did it right, the hook stands off to the side. That's a nice Palomar knot right there, guys. That's when you know you did it right, okay? If that hook stands off to the bottom, you got it wrong. All right, it's got to come back and snap like that, as I would say. 6-pound test, 8-pound test, 3/8, 1/4 ounce drop shot weight. I like the pencil weights. These are really good at Diamond Valley Lake. They like to get into those rocks and come out of the rocks. Other weights have a tendency to dive in there. Next thing you know, your snag, boom, your weight comes off. All you have is the worm. But it's kind of a trick there to keep it in there. This way, you don't lose. You have to re-rig your whole tackle there, as I would say. Do the whole drop shotting, and that's not time. We'll talk about that later. But this is a good, efficient technique to catch fast. Okay. Now I'm going to show you 3 different techniques and how to rig these worms, guys. Here's going to be the first one. I'm going to pull the worm right off of here on this guy, guys, and then I'll go ahead and show you. There we go. This is the first way, right here, guys. We wacky worm it right in the middle of the worm, right on the back side. Boom. So when that worm is down there in the water and you're jigging it with the tip of your rod there, look at that. Kind of gives it a little, kind of a bait fish look there, huh? That's what you're doing. You're just creeping along the bottom, making that worm dance, as I would say. All right, wacky worming. I catch probably 70% of my bass this way, guys, okay, for my clients. Here's my second favorite technique. It's called skinning, and it's basically a weedless technique. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to come back through here on that back side, bring the hook down about 1/4 inch, and bring it up just to the tip. Now we got a little bit of a different dance down there. Look at that, a little bit different reaction to this bass, going crazy down there. Drop shotting right there, 101, guys, skinning the worm. Now, here's the last technique, which still works today. Matter of fact, good friend of mine taught me this. Aaron Martins, about 15 years ago, he puts it right through the hook, just like that. Totally exposes the hook. Sit there and place with that tip. He made it look easy on my boat, doing it just like this, folks. So there's your 3 simple techniques. Traditional worm hooking, just like that. Also skinning, coming up behind the half round side of the worm. Bring it up, hold it in just like that. Okay, and the third final way, which is probably one of my favorites right here, wacky worming. And remember, guys, don't be afraid to enhance your product with Bass Dynasty. Put on the garlic, put on the natural nightcrawler smell. It's going to work for you guys. Have some fun out there. Okay, guys, hope that helps out. Have some fun fishing.